Good evening. The ceremony will begin in approximately 15 minutes. A reminder, we ask all spectators to stay in their seats during the awarding of diplomas. A professional photographer will capture the moment for you. We ask that you silence all electronic devices during the ceremony, and please refrain from using any noisemakers, air horns, or other similar devices during the ceremony. This program is live streamed by the award-winning TPS TV crew on YouTube. You can tell your friends and family to go to youtube.com/TPS television to view the live stream, and you can also use that web address to view the full recording at a later date. Thank you. Good evening. Trenton Public Schools welcomes you to Trenton High School for the 2021 commencement program. At this time, please join me in welcoming the Trenton Public Schools Administration and Trenton Public Schools Board of Education to the stage. We ask you all now to please rise and welcome the Trenton High School graduating class of 2021. Please remain standing as we welcome Class President Desiree Chenevar and members from the class of 2021 who are entering the military to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, our Pledge of Allegiance.
For which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Student and spectators, you may be seated. And now, with her message to the graduating class, the president of the class of 2021, Desiree Chenevar.
Good evening, class of 2021. First off, I would like to say thank you for allowing me to be your class president for the last 3 years. I also want to thank the administration for all of the help you guys have given me with advising the class and planning events throughout my years at THS. It's been a crazy year with many unknowns and unanswered questions, and I'm so proud of my class for staying hopeful and positive through everything that we've been put through this year. You all will take the lessons you've learned, not only with living through a pandemic, but also through being a teenager in today's day and age and the struggles it has brought us. I know that you all have amazing and bright, successful lives ahead of you, and I can't wait for it all to play out. Although the future is bright and exciting, nothing could make it easier to say goodbye to all of you and all of the amazing memories that we've had throughout the years. I know for me, I couldn't have gotten to this point in my life without my family and friends, and I'm sure my fellow classmates feel the same way. Right now, I'd actually like to ask all of the parents, family members, friends, and loved ones of the graduates to stand. Students, please applaud your family. You may be seated. Thank you, parents. Students, these are all of your wonderful supporters who have been there for you through all of this time and have helped you succeed the past 4 years, and I think you guys should all be pretty thankful. We couldn't have done this without them. I'm so proud to be a part of this class, and I'm so thrilled for the future for all of you. Thank you, and go Trojans.
At this time, we would like to recognize our guests on the stage. First, the Trenton Public Schools Board of Education. President Sean Gearhart. Vice President Megan Drake. Secretary Heather Lear. Treasurer Rebecca Caldwell. Trustee Kelly Howie. Trustee Thomas Kinney. And Trustee Anna Merkowitz. Thank you, School Board. In addition to the School Board, the Trenton Public Schools Administration, Superintendent Douglas Menser, Assistant Superintendent Stephanie O'Connor, Trenton High School Principal Ron Dyroff, Trenton High School Assistant Principal and Athletic Director James Trush, and Trenton High School Assistant Principal Peter Youngblood. We would also like to ask all Trenton Public School employees to please stand to be recognized by your community. And a special thank you to the Trenton High School Concert Band for providing tonight's soundtrack. Please welcome our first senior speaker, Christina Drabchek.
I always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one with our future in our hands, so many dreams, so many plans. I'm sure a lot of you just thought of Hannah Montana. The I'll Always Remember You episode of Hannah Montana aired on November 7th, 2010. And yet in a few words, most of you knew exactly what I was referencing. Just as we all remember Hannah Montana, we will always remember the class of 2021, our atypical senior year, and how we made the most of it. This class is special, and I don't mean because of the shared grieving of the senior year we all imagine, but how we were able to push through our struggles and be here today, ready to start a new chapter of our lives. Whether you loved or hated growing up in a small town, this will always be where we found each other. And although the typical Friday night in Trenton consists of bonfires and Sonic trips, rather than attending an extravagant party, I wouldn't change a thing. I hope as we continue into the world outside of Trenton High School, we make choices that help us grow into people that not only our families, but our whole city can be proud of. As we sit here now, having literally made it through a global pandemic together, I can say from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, class of 2021. I'll always remember you.
Our next senior speaker is Laura Howie.
Congratulations, class of 21. We made it. I want to ask you all to close your eyes and picture yourselves at the bottom of a mountain. So prepare for this to be super cheesy, but just go along with it. So it's a 4-mile hike to the top of this mountain. 4 years ago, as 14 and 15-year-olds, we started the journey up. The first mile of this journey was new and exciting, yet the top was nowhere to be seen. Some may say that this was the hardest mile of the hike, while others would argue the hardest was yet to come. When we finally finished the first mile, the second mile hit. The trail got a little more rocky, and the top was still nowhere in sight, but we continued to push through. As we started the third mile of the hike, it was a lot less peaceful. There were caution signs all over the trail with words like beware of APs and SAT testing in a quarter mile. Little did we know those signs would soon be blown away by a massive storm. We'll call this storm Corona. We took shelter, but when we were finally able to come out, everything looked different. The sights along the trail that we couldn't wait to see were gone. A lot of trees were knocked down, but that allowed us to finally start to see the top of the mountain. Although the final mile of the hike felt like it would take forever, especially since many of us caught senioritis along the way, we made it. Class of 2021, we are now at the top of the mountain. Congratulations on making it here. Regardless of whatever mountain you are now choosing to conquer, I wish you all the best. Go Trojans.
Our next senior speaker is Elizabeth Medell.
Whoop. My fellow classmates, we arrived here 4 short years ago, and now it's already time to leave. As seniors, we are here ready to graduate and move forward in the world. Yet at this bittersweet moment, we can't help looking back. It was our first day of kindergarten, and most of our footsteps led us to Anderson or Headkey, excited to learn new things and meet new friends. We walked up with our parents, waved our goodbyes, and went into school not knowing the 12-year journey that would lie ahead. 5th grade graduation came by sooner than we expected, and we were given shirts that had the year 2021 on them. We were unaware of the year's significance because it felt so far away. We had our final 5th grade graduation walk, and then our footsteps led us to middle school. Middle school is a time most of us don't like to reminisce over, so I'll skip over it to save us from the embarrassment. Then our footsteps led us to the doors of Trenton High School to start the first day of freshman year. Senior year felt so out of reach, and we accepted the fact that we had to face the next 4-year journey that is high school. But fast forward to today, senior year 2021. We were finally reached the end of the journey. Yes, we made it alive, even despite a global pandemic. We stand here today on the precipice of the future, which is no longer a distant reality. We now have to face an even crazier, harder, and hopefully longer journey that is life. Some of us will go into college, others will go straight into the workforce or the military, but each of us will travel our own path. Here's a quote I want each of one of you to live by. One day, your life will flash before your eyes, and make sure it was worth watching. In the future, even if you're not sure where your footsteps are headed, just know, in the end, you will end up right where you need to be. Thank you.
And our final senior speaker, Rachel Stapleton.
I'm glad I got the first part of the workout done. To the class of 2021, this wasn't how high school was supposed to end. We could spend hours talking about the experiences we missed or the hardships that we went through, but tonight, we're here, we finally made it to the finish line. We have a new perspective on life. This pandemic not only shaped our high school career, but it shaped the paths that we'll be following after graduation. To the class of 2021, we now have a vast new vocabulary. Imagine trying to explain to our kids words like quarantine, social distancing, or trying to explain what a Zoom call is, let alone what happened inside of them. To the class of 2021, we didn't bury ourselves in our circumstances. We just found ways to grow through them. We've gotten into college, found a great trade school, or discovered a path for after high school. To the class of 2021, life is a never-ending adventure. There is a life waiting for us outside of high school. It might feel like our lives are ending now, but there are so many blank pages left to fill. This is just a page lost in a book of opportunity and success. Amongst us all, I see a room full of medical heroes, those going to serve our country, politicians, engineers, and so many more. All going into this world to make a difference and show that the class of 2021 can overcome and persevere through anything life throws at us. This is the class of 2021.
At this time, to give his superintendent's address to the graduates, Please welcome Superintendent Mr. Douglas Mentzer.
Thank you. Welcome to the members of the Board of Education, colleagues in administration, our teaching faculty, class officers, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2021. It is a privilege to speak to all of you today, and I want to thank you for this opportunity. First, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this class will forever have an identity of patience, persistence, kindness, hope, and an enduring spirit. No matter the challenge, the change of direction, the frustration, and sometimes even the anger and despair, you never gave up, and you are here now. And we are here because of you. You deserve this day. You deserve a day that is not concurrent, asynchronous, or Zoomed. We are here to celebrate you. And I think this group deserves a really loud ovation. Wish we could keep doing that. Additionally, thank you to our parents, families, and educational community for your support. We all needed it. On June the 4th, 2014, I met with many of our young adults that are with us today. It was our 5th grade recognition. It was a momentous time for an 11-year-old. Big changes were coming. We are here today. I gotta flip the page, sorry. To share in another monumental change. Our seniors are ready to graduate, and big changes are indeed coming. To mark this occasion, I would like to share a slightly modified version of the same speech that I gave to this group 7 years ago. Dear Trojans, soon you'll be enjoying the beauty of summer, sunshine, sleeping in, and spending time with your friends and family. You have journeyed from a first day of kindergarten to a last day at Trenton High. You are someone who has wondered many times about who, what, where, and why. You are someone that knows what being respectful, responsible, and safe means. As silly as it may sound, these attributes will serve you well in life. What is the ladder of life that we all have to climb? The first step is getting on the ladder and understanding that your schooling, no matter what it looks like, is one of the most important tasks that you will ever engage in. Try and try again. Where? For many of you, where was it Anderson or Headkey? Then it was Boyd Arthur's Middle School, and then Trenton High School. Now it'll be off to college, the military, trade school, whatever path you have decided to follow. Regardless, aim high and shoot for the stars. Why? Because you know that you must have a passion to succeed. Follow your interests, challenge yourself to discover who you are, and be the best you that you can be. Always lead by example, be kind, work hard, and never give up. In closing, remember that you are a Trenton Trojan and soon-to-be graduate. Today you become alumni. Today you become a part of history, but more importantly, a significant part of our future. It only seems fitting to quote from the Trojan Creed. Please remember this. No one will define me. No one will tell me what I can achieve. None will say I have not given all I have to give, and none will take my glory. To the class of 2021, please go and seek your glory. And remember that all glory comes from daring to begin. Today is your day to begin. Congratulations and thank you.
And now, please welcome to the podium Trenton High School Principal, Mr. Ron Dyrov.
evening, everyone. I am honored to be speaking to you tonight and excited that we are able to offer this opportunity to recognize the class of 2021 and the culmination of their Trenton academic career. I would like to specifically thank the Trenton Board of Education, Superintendent Doug Menser, Assistant Superintendent Stephanie O'Connor, and the team of administrators, teachers, maintenance, and admin assistants for supporting this event tonight. In addition to this, I would like to thank our students and our parents for supporting us through a school year that we will never forget. A year filled with constant pivots, weekly updates, changing calendars, and with face-to-face, virtual, and remote learning. While this year was different from the senior year your parents and I both remember from high school, it is one that has prepared you to be successful at whatever you choose to do. This is because you pushed through a senior year that has challenged you both academically and mentally. You are stronger because of the adversity you encountered this year with balancing your academics, athletics, activities, and work while constantly having to adapt to changes that were out of your control. While it may not seem like it now, the further development of these skill sets this year, like balancing your schedule, responding to change, and developing mental toughness, are all skills that have been enhanced by the format of your senior year. So while this may not be the year that we expected, it is the year that has prepared you to be ready for whatever life throws at you. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Menser back to the podium.
My second speech.
Mr. Menser, how can you top that? Mr. Menser, I present you 214 members of the class of 2021 and now ask you to pronounce them graduates of Trenton High School.
By the power vested in me through the Trenton Board of Education and the state of Michigan, I proclaim the class of 2021 graduated.
Laura Susan Howie. Michael Matthew Hinson. Olivia Grace Raymond. Colin Christopher Prim. Jacob Cooper. Joshua Peter Altgelt. Chance Day. Jenna Elizabeth Bainbridge. Carlo Miguel Catabian. Riley Lauren Dolence. Hannah Marie Bolatovich. Christina Maria Drabchek. Jordan Mary McNamara. Gabriel Thomas Button. Jenna Carlisle Smith. Desiree Faith Shenavar. Olivia Han Livernoy. Caden Alexander Belzak. Elizabeth Ashton Medell. Sydney Christine Dishno. Natalie Marie Haveman. Sydney Paige Abler. Marisol Alcantar. Taya Hartley. Hunter Doyle Allen. Sydney Elizabeth Allison. Avery Ryan Alstead. Alyssa Ann Alvord. Sydney Lauren Anderson. Gabriel Ariola.
It's Areola.
Aaliyah Shaylin Baker. Sarah Danielle Baker. Haley Nicole Bass. Jacob Rivers Bayless. Abigail Marianne Grace Joe Beatty. Blake Douglas Bender. Ian Thomas Bennett. Karis Rachel Berry. Nathan Alexander Biloblaki. Spencer Andrew Boilinghammer. Elise Bolish. Maya Angel Boyd. Oscar William Brown. Brody Daniel Brunson. Lauren Olivia Buzzy. Zane Lamar Carpenter. Ellie Kate Cartwright. Jaden Dean Cartwright. Callista Nicole Castillo. Jace Tilden Chadwell. Kylie Mary Clausen. Madison Cobb. Marissa Angelina Cabetto. Adriana Lynn Cox.
I just forgot my card. It's Megan Grace Cullen.
Megan Grace Cullen. Megan Marie Curry. Joseph Gerard Zarnecki. Emma Jillian Deasy. Ryan Lewis Dion. Natalie Faith Dobbs. Jasmine Duff. Ella Marie Duran. Kayla Marie Everingham. Camden Robert Fabella. Casey James Farnsworth. Reagan Gingras. Caden Timothy Gloss. Claire Gomez. Andrew Warner Gagne. Alicia Christine Gonzalez. Cody James Grocki. Isabel Giovanna Gust. Quentin Elijah David Hamilton. Emma Rose Hedges. Chloe Michelle Henson. Tyler Scott Hergard. Jackson William Hicks. Jolie Anahid Higgins. Madison Claire Himmick. Adrian Nicole Hoffman. Reagan Faye Hoffman. Frederick John Horn. Charles W. Howard II. Jonathan Tyler Howard. Madeline Amelia Howard. Jean Julian Halezia. Timothy James Irvin. Grayson Shea Jackman. Grayson Lascos Jimenez. Abigail Rose Karp. Caroline Genevieve Keller. Matthew Allen Kemp. Jonathan Anthony Caresi. Emily Elizabeth Kettler. Richard Daniel Kidd III. Alyssa King. Carter Nicholas Kings. Caleb Mark Thomas Knighting. Caden Michael Knight. Kaya Kraft. Elijah Christian Kraus. Amelia Grace Lochner. Emma Marie Lavoie. Riley Walker Lawrence. Allison Lynn Lemmer. Lauren June Leone. George Anastasios Lialios. Paige Noel Litchard. Holly Victoria Laurie. Michael Scott Mace II. Paige Elise Marshner. Kaya Lynn May. Connor Patrick McLean. Matthew Hank McConnell. Jonathan Edwin Melendez. Michael James Memmering. Luke Miklos. Alexander Mildner Wright. Jennifer Lynn Miller. Mitchell James Miller. Joseph Gavin Morrow. Elena Bernadette Mulford. Abigail Grace Marabo. Bradley Edward Nemeth. Isabella Rose Newfer. Jade Abigail Newfer. Luciano Sergey Nobile. Dryden Joseph Aboza. Keegan Michael O'Callahan. Sampson Carrick O'Neill. Ross Mateo Ostrowski. Micah Joseph Ottenbright. Daniel Dean Pasowitz. Giuseppe James Papillo. Rosario Parodi. Allison Paryaski. Britton Michael Patterson. Joseph Harper Peterson. Robert Tyler Plassman. Marina Ponder. Colin William Preston. Madeline Ann Putz. Julia Elena Ramos. Emma Elizabeth Reardon. Rhiannon Faye Raymond. Connor Thomas Reamer. Andrew Scott Redley. Mary Madonna Renko. Mark Edward Ravis Jr. Mason Gregory Richards. Ashton Isaac Richardson. Genevieve May Rickman. Connor Earl Robb. Ashley Nicole Robbins. Caden Joseph Robinette. Keegan Trace Rodden. Lauren Elizabeth Rogal. Tyler Joseph Rook. Aiden Joseph Ross. Alicia Ann Salcido. Michael Anthony Sanfilippo. Romer Jacob Reyes Santa Cruz. Nolan Allen Sarcodi. Caleb Randall Schrader. Brendan Raymond Shaw. Bailey Renee Schimmel. Lucas Brody Smith. Thomas Hilton Smith Jr. Brendan John Snows. Lucas Joseph Sowens. Marilyn Spizak. William Irving Stedman. Rachel Renee Stapleton. Ryan David Stanley. Dominic Jacob Strickland. Vincent Roberto Stayart. Austin Daniel Stevens.
Say the middle ones if you can read them.
Gianna Catherine Denise Strong. Kyla Star Summers. Darian Siska. Alexander Peter Shahowski. Rory Shapaniak. Emma Michelle Tallwater Taylor. Connor Stevenson Temple. Riley Madison Tepper. Emma Christine Thackeray. Jaden Lucas Toma. Emily Christine Trella. Kelly Paige Truitt. Atticus Tyner. Catherine Louise Valerius. Molly Rose Wall. Megan Welsh. Alex Dean Witt. Dallas Andrew Wilson. Mary Jean Woolsey. Amina Milan Yusuf. Ladies and gentlemen, the Trenton High School class of 2021.
At this time, seniors, please stand. At this time, seniors, please move your tassels from right to left to signify the movement of candidate to graduate. And on 3, we will toss your caps. 1, 2, 3.
Graduates, we would ask you proceed to the concession building to pick up your diplomas. As the students leave the field to retrieve their diplomas, parents are welcome to enter the playing field to meet the graduate for photos. Again, graduates, please proceed to the concession building to pick up your diplomas. As the students leave the field to retrieve their diplomas, parents are welcome to enter the playing field for picture opportunities.